All right.
I love that we can run multiple groups, and I just have to like log one time. I don't have to go into each different one, because I've been part of like multiple groups before. Like you guys were running one, and then I started, like when I first started, I wanted to run a group just because I wanted to try it, right? So I did the 30 days to a new you. I think Julia ran it with me, maybe, possibly. Yeah. So I just wanted to do like something on my own, but I love that you can share once and be in multiple groups, because you know what, you guys, we can run a 21-day fix group where have all our 21-day fix challengers in that group, and we can run a 2B group, and then we can run just our regular fitness group, right? Like where it's whatever, and every time we share something, it goes into all. But then if we want to do something that, you know, we're sharing our meals, we're sharing our tracking of our containers, because there's tracking for the container system within like Beachbody, just as an example. But I love that we have those options to track those things and share those things all on one platform. Personally,
I really agree with you, Jen. I think that gives us a really good opportunity to kind of, you know, because one of the things we're talking about, was it yesterday, the day before? It's all a big blur right now. Last time we all talked, where we're also saying like you're checking in on Challenge Tracker app, and then you're checking in Facebook, and we need to have this ongoing group for people that aren't doing necessarily a specific program, or maybe there's, you know, one person doing 21-day fix and one person doing lift 4 and one person doing, I don't know, Nicole's doing Brazilian butt lift, which I didn't even know was a thing right now. Okay, so like there's a few people doing like a one-off program by themselves. Obviously, we want to provide support to that, but one of the things I think we've sort of struggled with and is how to like sell the value of the VIP packages, which is obviously where we make a lot of our money as coaches, is when people invest beyond just BOD, and they either get into Shakeology or they get into buying the VIP program. So I think there's a really good opportunity there to have a one group that's running constantly, that we're all admins on, basically the virtual gym of BOD groups. But then when you have something like, what's this next one coming out? Muscle Burns Fat or whatever, MBF. Then we can have a separate group that's just MBF. And that whole thing that we've been trying to do for so long of creating FOMO for not buying into these VIP programs is right there in their face.
Yes.
Every time
they look at groups, it's there. Yes.
Every single time they log in, it's right there that there's a chunk of us that are doing this brand new, super fun, exciting thing, and there's a group with it, and they're just in the regular. Not that the regular group isn't good, but that FOMO thing that we've been struggling so hard to bring over from my Challenge Tracker to virtual gym to get people enthused and buying into the idea of the VIP packages, it's right fucking there.
Sorry, I think I missed something. How do they see what groups there are? Like, do you have to invite them to it? Or
so if you have one of your people signing in to BOD, any group that you're an admin on, it's going to show up right there for them.
Okay, I missed that.
So they're going to see that you're part of, you know, like,
let's say 4 groups.
Virtual gym,
yeah, like let's say, even though,
but also, that you're doing MBF too.
It'd be beneficial to make everybody an admin, even if you're not an active admin.
Yes, because whatever, I mean, I would like to assume that if, like, let's say Mel's running a 2B group, or Danielle's running a 21-day fix group, and I'm not necessarily doing that, I would like to think that if I have a challenger that wants to be in that, I'm an admin, like they'd still get the support. Like we all have each other's backs.
When it's beneficial for everyone, right? Because like,
yes.
Like you said, Danielle's running a 21-day fixed group, for example, and maybe she's got 3 of her own challengers in it, but Jen has a challenger, I have a challenger, and Rain has a challenger. And then they see that, then even though we're not in that group, and I mean, we're admins, but we're not doing it's Danielle's group, it's still beneficial for her group, right? Because there's going to be more interaction.
But every time we log something, like if we have, let's say collectively, let's say we have like 10 coaches on our team, and we have, let's say 6 groups going, every time we log something, it's in each group. So maybe we all have a challenger only in one group, but they're still seeing us show up in that group every day. Or whatever, and we don't have to post into 6 different things.
I missed that part. When did he say? So if I said, hey, I have a strawberry Shakeology, and I track that, it'll get posted in the 2B, in the 21-day fix.
Yes, so at the very bottom. Yeah, at the very bottom, you can say, like let's say you only want to post in one group. So Mel, let's say you're making a 2B post for your 2B group.
Yeah.
You would only slide over the green button, like the on or off button, for your
So you can
2B group,
select whether or not you want to
everything
post
off.
it. Okay.
Yes, and then you turn everything else off because you only want to post in that group. But if you're posting your shake, you do it in every group. If you're posting your workout, you do it in every group.
The only thing I could see that for the participation of the tracking part, but if you're making like a daily post, I can see that getting very overwhelming if it's in every single group all the time. You know what I mean? Like if you're running, say, 80
I think
day
it's just
obsession group,
logging your workout.
just the tracking part.
I
Because
think
I
you can.
totally
I think
missed
you
that
can.
part. I was having computer
You can
glitches.
cross post, like actual posts, like so not just your challenge, like not just logging in your shake or whatever. You can cross post, from what I understood, you can cross post across everything, but you're going to choose each time if that's something that you'd want to do. So if we were running maybe just 2 groups, like virtual gym, the big group, and then I don't know, like MM100 for conversation's sake, and you were doing a self-care Sunday, for example, then maybe you'd want to cross post to 2 things. But if you were talking specifically about Revive, then you would just select the MM100 group and have it only go to that. So I think that that's a good point, Mel, to be mindful of, if there are 10 coaches and we're all 10 shakes every day in every single group, that might be a little bit much for people. So maybe be mindful of where you're posting. But I think in general, and you guys can tell me if you think I'm crazy, but the issue with my challenge tracker app has either been people are overwhelmed by the amount of notifications they get, not so much the number of posts, but the number of notifications they get, which is a hint to us to show them to turn some of those things off if that's frustrating for them. And then the other problem we have most often with my challenge tracker app is not enough interaction, not enough posts. So I don't think we're in too much of an issue of over posting. I don't think that's generally our issue. It's just over notifications or under posting tends to be where I think as a group
I think the fact that it's attached now to BOD where they have to go anyways to get the workout, I think it's going to change things significantly. But I do think that we
every day.
Yeah, but I do think we need to start breadcrumbing this and do some sort of training video, like something that's a little bit shorter than what we just did. But we really need to sell it, I think.
Yes.
On virtual
I also love that you can share the link to advertise your group. You can advertise. I don't know what the link shows. I don't know if it'll just share, let's say I copy the link and I post it in Facebook. Is it going to show our cover photo for our group? How cool would that be? Oh, this is going, this is my actual, rather than saying, hey, I'm running this, if we could actually share the link to it and people request to join, and then you're oh, hey. Yeah. So I think that would be, that's a really cool feature, I think. I also like that you can share a cart from everywhere.
I like how integrated it all is.
Yeah.
I like that you can do the welcome video to the group before they even figure out what that is. So they get that personal interaction. And
with the privacy settings, I had some questions on that. I know he was saying there's the 2 ends of the spectrum where nobody can see it and everybody can see it, and then in between section. With it, everybody can see it. Do they mean everybody can see that your group exists, or everybody can see what people are posting?
I think it's just that it exists.
Yeah, that's what
okay, because I was wondering, because I've seen some of our challengers, part of why they love my challenge tracker app versus Facebook is the anonymity of it. And so that's just something to consider as we're going forward, is how much of their conversation can be seen by other people that aren't in the group, because I think that is sort of it's less so than with Facebook, because Facebook, of course, is filled with people that you actually know, your coworkers, your family. A lot of people don't want to post they lost weight or they're doing a workout program or whatever.
But people are posting pictures of them with in sports bras and stuff that they normally wouldn't post. So I was wondering the same thing. Totally.
I think maybe.
So I just think
what do you guys think about? What do you guys think about maybe the first week that it launches? We don't invite all our challengers to it, and just kind of, or even just a few days, whatever, just experiment with us coaches alone as participants, see how it goes, see what happens.
I think so.
Test the privacy thing, have someone I'll get my husband to try and Google and try and get in our group, or try and find our group, or I don't know, something.
I won't invite Sean to it, for example. He's a coach as well, but I'll sign in as him and see what he would be able to see from it without having the invite.
Yeah.
So what other coaches can see, and then I actually have a fake challenger too, which is Charlie. So I'll log Charlie in too and see what she would be able to see, what she'd be able to see, as my baby, what my baby can see, but what a challenger would be able to see, and then that way we can know what the privacy,
if it is private, I think it's just you see them name of the group and maybe the coaches that run it or the coach
Yeah,
that runs
he
it.
said
But I don't.
activity a couple times. So that's why I was kind of like, what level of activity are they seeing?
Well, maybe on Friday when we do
Okay.
our power hour, we can come up with kind of a game plan going forward, like having a new, I guess, starting fresh instead of doing MCT, like have a game plan as to what the next program we're gonna do or the next group we're gonna do, and maybe have a game plan for running like it just with us, like a practice run, and then figuring out how we're gonna launch it within the local gym.
Do we have a power hour scheduled for
No,
Friday?
she meant the
Yeah.
she
The
meant like
vision
the
board.
vision board.
Oh, the vision board, whatever
okay.
that was.
I'm like, is there something else now?
I kind of assumed it was a power hour type vision board thing. So, or we can schedule something else. I don't know. I do think this is something we need
I
to.
missed the date. When's it launching again?
April
26th.
26th on
So
Sunday.
Monday.
Thank you.
Sunday.
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 That's right away.
No, I think it's going to be really good. And I love the availability of share a card in there. Cause like, does anyone else hate when they see they have to go to like the office and then
Yeah.
like enough with the different.
I literally have like on my phone, there's like the Beachbody section and there's like 6 or 7 apps just in there to run my business. There's my challenge tracker, and then there's like my challenge tracker PC one. So I can pin a post because you can't do it from the app.
Yeah.
And then like there's my BOD app, and then I have like back office. I don't even know. Oh,
Yeah,
share
Coach
card, like
links.
all the different things.
Boss.
Yeah,
So much.
everything.
All there.
So to have it all in one place is going to be.
Got a notepad. There's too much stuff.
So yeah, and I think it's also, it definitely seems, I don't know, I just got the vibe from the video. It's definitely a smart marketing move for Beachbody.
It reminded me
Because
I need to
it's-
go back to my site. I'm like, ooh, I haven't uploaded that thing or checked on that thing. in a
Well, and I
while.
never use that site, but this will be so good that I
Yeah.
mean, I will probably even set up a linky thing in my Instagram now, because it'll be
Yeah.
like, here's my one stop, here I am, right?
Yeah, because
In
you're
your
actually into something worthwhile. Like, I mean, I've had a link tree in my Instagram for a while with like a question. Sean's doing a photo shoot with the baby.
Aw. He can photo shoot us.
Like a link tree and stuff in there, but now this is actually a useful website that I would not feel shame sending people to. There's something there that they can go to. So no, I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to make our lives a lot easier. Like the post library it's kind of been there, but it sounds like it's going to be a little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
The share cart being right there.
One question I had too would be,
ease of
I
messaging
wish
people.
they made it a bit easier to just upload the images instead of having to save to your computer.
Yeah, I wonder if they did.
Why didn't you just do that? I hope they did. They didn't go over
Because
it.
some of because he was saying like when you're starting a group, those images are right there to choose from. So I kind of wonder if there might be some integrated, because I agree with you, Rain. Like when you have to go over to my challenge track guide and like save the image on your phone and then stop, like let me just drop it in. Just
Especially
stop.
for MM100, we were having to like
Oh my god.
do a whole 100 days.
Oh my
of
god, and there
posts.
was no like the filter. I don't know if everyone else, the filter was not working for me
No.
on that one. So I was scrolling through like 100 workouts, and I'm like, is this my day? Like, then I get a message from Ashley that I'm off by like 3 days. I have to like reschedule them all back where they actually were supposed to be.
I hope that
No,
gets
I
easier.
agree with you. I hope that's there and just drop it in.
Yeah, I definitely think running a group, like a test group of just us coaches prior to, and then maybe we can each take a day and like even just see like, can I see what you guys have pre-scheduled? Can I see, like, what does it look like when Julia is actually tracking her shakes? And what does it look like when we have maybe even open up 2 or 3 different groups so that we can test out that cross-posting option as well. And then, I mean, I'm sure we can delete groups too so that we're not having to keep that in our past groups.
Yeah, and then if any challengers ask, because they're going to be logging into the group.
Yeah.
And they're going to see that these groups are being run by us every time they open up their Beachbody on demand.
I'm pretty
So-
sure.
Unless we put them private.
Unless you
right?
put them private. I think if
Oh,
we do
yeah.
that most level, only
Oh.
people that are invited can see them.
Yeah, and I'm pretty
So we
sure
could leave them
past
there.
MCT groups are going to show
Although
up.
we
Is
wanted-
my challenge tracker going to shut down? Because it's just starting to like kind of pick
Not
up a little bit right
shut-
now.
shutting down, but I think there's no fixes anymore, right? So like as the bugs create, like as there's more and more bugs, as a new
Okay,
Like,
but we'll be good for like a week before we
Oh, yeah.
transition everybody over. Yeah, because it's just kind of starting to pick up a little bit in there.
I think it's just not
And
maintained.
challengers are being more active, and I don't want to like shut that down on them. We have a lot of new people
Yeah.
in there that are posting that I've never.
I was
that have
gonna
never
say on
been
the
active.
privacy thing though too, like we did want to maybe not put everything super private because we want to see how private it really is. So if we put everything, so maybe what we do is at the end of this week, one of us or a few of us go live in virtual gym and just say, hey, this is the new format that's coming out. We're going to run a test for ourselves so we can bring it to you at its best and at our best kind of thing. Like, just be honest about what's going on. Like, we want to launch it, but we want to launch it well to them. So when they log into their Beachbody On Demand, they're going to see that there is a group they can join. They can request to join if they want, but we're probably not going to let them into it until we've had 7 days or whatever it is to trial it ourselves and make sure we understand all the intricacies of it. And then we'll open it up to them.
Sounds good to me.
And maybe we just start with our giant virtual gym group. And then
We'll just do our generic group like
Yeah.
we have now. And then if anybody wants to run something private, like, or let's say I partner up with Julia on a group, or Mel partners up with Ashley on a group, or
Especially as
like
new
whatever
programs come out, like MBF, like having
MBF
all
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, but
Thinking
like
about doing the work at the end of 10 rounds. I know there's a few other ladies.
because that just launched today, right, on
Mhm.
BOD for everybody. Yes. So if we do a work group, for example, right,
Yeah.
and then everybody doing the work is in there, but they also have the option of like posting in other groups if they're part of other groups. Let's say you're doing the work, but you still want to be part of the big group because you like the camaraderie.
I mean, I think the
Not
big group,
everybody is a
I think
challenger.
we should just leave running, right? Like, I think we should leave it open 100% of the time, no end date. Like, I love that there's an option for no end date now. And it looks like we can update themes as we go. So, I mean, we can keep that one pretty thematic to spring, summer, fall, Christmas, whatever. And leave that one open, leave all of our challengers in it 100% of the time. Basically, it's just a mirror of the Facebook group. And then when people are investing in another program, or we're doing a program and we want to have more people doing it with us, like the work or whatever, or they're investing in MBF, then we have a separate group running for that. But I don't see why we'd ever really close the virtual gym group on it. That always gives somebody, because I know there's so many people that love Challenge Tracker app for the logging, right? Like logging their workouts and logging their shakes and getting that accolades for doing it. And we were doing those polls for a little while in virtual gym, which were fun at first, but I think got really old for everybody, including those of us who were putting them up. But people love to check off things, right? So I think that gives them the constant check off, and then we can open up a more specific group and a more streamlined group if there's a program that we're doing.
And I
or
love that
program
they can track
launching.
their programs. Like, how many challengers do we have that have done like 4 rounds of 21-day fix, and like they'll be able to see that. I have a challenger that didn't want to cancel her BOD to order a new challenge pack, like to save money, because she didn't want to lose the number at the top of her app that said how many workouts she's done cumulatively, like, because it would reset.
Right.
Oh my god.
Like, so to not save money, she just wanted to keep it going.
Completion
and I'm
pack.
like, whatever. No, I know, but it's still cheaper to do like for you, because when you're renewing your BOD, right?
Yeah.
But
there are people that really Lara's one of those, like Lara does very well to visually see, okay, I've had my shake today, I've done my workout. Like, she really responds to that. I say go for it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Tiff, from your perspective, because you're not an active admin coach group, like, what are your takeaways from this new platform?
Well, I agree with you girls. I like how it's just gonna be a one-stop shop. Like, I'm like Lara. I love the Challenge Tracker app because I like seeing the posts and I like the support. So to have just one area, and like you guys say, when you have your folder and you have like 10 different apps in that folder, like I have the same thing, even though I'm not that active, I still have like all these different things for Beachbody, and I'm like, what the hell are these things? So now it's going to be good. I totally agree with you girls. It's going to be good just having it in one area. I need help to get more challengers because I don't
Absolutely. And like we always say, we're always here to support anybody who wants to run with their business. So I mean, challenger or coach, whichever. But I just wanted to see if you had maybe taken something differently or were excited about something differently than what we admin coaches would be.
No, I like it all. I like everything that you guys were saying.
Okay,
I have
good,
to run in
good.
a minute.
What's that, Rain?
I have to run in a minute.
Okay, absolutely.
Can we do a picture, or is that not allowed?
No, let's do a picture.
All right.
Actually,
It's
put on
not
makeup.
allowed.
Not allowed.
Are we done talking about?
Well, she asked if it was not allowed because I mean it's COVID time and I always look
Well,
like a
who
hobo.
knows? Okay, everybody smile. Okay, I'm sure I got some good ones. I'll post them in the group. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so we're good. Anything else want to say? Because I'm still on a record, so I just want to.
I'm excited. It looks like it's going to be really easy to use.
I agree. I think it's gonna be really good.
I'm probably actually gonna watch the training over again just to make sure I get it all in.
I took a bunch of notes too if anyone wants
Projector.
anything.
I'm good.